They're like, what?
Yeah, exactly, right? So, to take a step back, this is actually one of the first games that Square ever developed and published back in 1987. So it's really paying an homage back to the old Square days that I know a lot of people kind of have nostalgic feelings about. So what the Final Fantasy 15 team did is they brought it all the way now to 2017, and they put it as a mobile game. So the connection is, if you guys have played Final Fantasy 15, when they're at the diner or they're on the road, they're always talking about this game. They're always talking trash about who's the best. Prompto and Gladio and Ignis, they're all talking trash to one another. So now the development team wanted to make it on iOS, Android.
And that, we got a big iPad right here.
A big iPad.
A big old iPad.
12.9. I'll give it a go. But if you guys want to play, please feel free to jump in.
All right, well, I want to see what the game is first,
Cool.
and I can learn from you, and then I'll be, oh, it's a card game?
No.
Okay.
So it's a vertical scroller. And so what this is just showing is you can play two-handed or left hand or right hand. So if you had an iPhone, of course, you'd play like one hand.
Right.
But this thing, there's no way
Yeah.
to play with one hand.
She got a big hand.
Cool. So on the original NES, when this was released, we'll skip past the story. But on the original one, it was very unforgiving, very brutal. And so you had these characters that were just kind of, okay, so we're showing the attack, jumping, and shooting. Cool?
Okay.
Very, very simple commands. And a lot of different things here, things that restore your HP, MP, boosting attack, defense, all the normal stuff, right? And then, of course, tons of loot.
How much does this reflect the original that came out in the late 80s?
Somewhat. It's very nostalgic, so if anybody ever played it, it also came out on Wii Virtual Console.
Oh, okay.
And so basically what made it so ungrueling on the original NES is this screen that's automatically scrolling up was so fast.
Oh.
And if you touch the bottom or it pushed you down, you
die.
It's one-hit kills, you know?
Right.
Like those games like Ghosts and Goblins or like...
But look
like
at you. You're not
Gradius.
even looking at the screen, and you're doing fine right now. Does
Fine.
the difficulty get harder as you go along?
It does. Of course, this is just a demo. This is just the first level. But yeah, of course, it'll get harder. The other thing that's brand new to this game... Oh, I can't even jump over there. Ooh.
Oh, you
See, I
almost ran
there.
out?
Almost got there.
Oh, no.
The other thing that this has that the original did not is bringing in other characters and swapping them out on the fly.
Okay, which characters?
Yeah, so they're all characters that are unique within King's Knight.
Uh-huh.
So they're not characters from other games or things like that.
But in the original King's Knight, you couldn't swap them actively.
Correct. You had to just kind of use the one character. And then additionally, you have kind of these superpower moves, which you can just obliterate.
Oh, wow.
Cool. So the original one was very basic. Of course, NES, there wasn't a lot of storytelling. There wasn't a lot of depth. So it was just kind of like going up and attacking things and just trying to get as far as possible. So this one has a lot more depth. There's more characters to collect. There's a lot of abilities to gain.
How long would you say the game is?
Ooh, I don't know. You know, these games, like, they can go on infinite. Like, if you want to just kind of keep leveling up and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so there is no real end game. There's no, like, point A to point B here.
Correct.
How many levels are there?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say in the hundreds.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
It really is a game that you can play forever.
Yeah, so it gets real deep.
So I see a bunch of coins flying everywhere. What are the coins used for?
So the coins are used to unlock other characters, other abilities, things like that. Good question. So the original, oh my gosh, good job. What if I put you guys through this? Like, it's all stressful right on the first go.
So you have different spells, jump movements. It looks like a interactive maze almost.
Yeah, so different stages do different things. And see, so I got to get there.
What are the differences between the characters? Is it simply just their weapon type, or is there, like, significant ability differences?
So different weapon types, distance of how far they can shoot. So I'll
Okay.
show that in a second.
Oh, and this is boss.
Some have spread weapons, some have just kind of up and down. Let's see. So this character is like, it's a lot shorter. As you can see the range, it doesn't even go to the end of the screen.
But maybe a bit stronger?
Yeah. So this character, his name is Rayjack. So you can see it goes a little bit farther. Those orange arrows go a little bit farther.
Is that limit break?
Do people need to have 15 to play this game?
They do not. There is no need to have purchased or even played the base game to get this one. This one is free with in-game purchases. Man, I'm getting obliterated.
Those in-game purchases, is it purely aesthetic? Is it game time? Is it new characters?
It's a number of different things. It'll
Okay.
be like randomized things. Like if you guys have played like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius on mobile devices or things like that, there's a level of randomization of what kind of characters you can get, what kind of abilities you can get.
Okay, cool. And we have another game.
We have another Final Fantasy 15 mobile game.
And I would
Should we
say
switch
that
to
this
that
one is quite possibly a bigger focus.
I wouldn't say a bigger focus.
No?
They're both equally big focuses for the
Really?
Final Fantasy 15 team. But it's a completely different experience, so it's really cool.
Okay.
Should we switch to that?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
So this one is coming out soon in 2017. Free.
I mean, this is all of Final Fantasy 15 as chibi characters on your phone.
Yes. So it's called Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. And so what the development team is, they took the main game, the main quest, and they crushed it down into this beautiful, cute art style.
Adorable. And I mean, there's probably people out there that don't have a console and want to play the game, play Final Fantasy. Everyone's got a mobile device.
Exactly. So it makes it more accessible. And the first episode is actually free. And then there's going to be 9 more episodes to
So
follow.
episodic.
It's episodic, yeah. But it's the main storyline of Final Fantasy 15.
So if people want to try it out, see if they like it, they can just get a free taste of it and then continue to support and purchase it if they like
Exactly.
the other episodes.
Exactly.
Now, is there anything going in between? Is any linkage between the console version and this version at all?
There isn't. So it's not like if you play this one, you get bonus DLC or anything in the base game, or vice versa. So, but you'll definitely appreciate all the small things that they put in here.
Yeah, what little things have they added?
It's anybody who's played Final Fantasy 15 will just absolutely fall in love with it. You'll see the tiny little hands running around. You'll see kind of like how the warp strike has changed into a simpler, cuter form. So I fast forwarded. I skipped past the first cutscene, and if you guys remember Final Fantasy 15, the first 10 minutes or so are pushing a car.
Yes.
So we skipped past that. So I wanted to get you guys into the first quest.
Thank you for that.
One of the things a lot of people kind of talked about, and it was very mixed reactions, was the button to pick up items.
Okay.
Where you would jump instead of automatically picking it up.
Right.
So in the mobile version, if you look at the screen, you just walk over and you pick up
Oh.
stuff. So that's like one of the many things that will make it a lot easier for players who may not be experienced with kind of Xbox One or PS4 controls.
Now, how's the combat? Is the combat similar to Final Fantasy 15 on console? Is it action-based?
Yeah, it's similar. It's not like we turned it down into turn-based. So it's still full action, but you can see I just tapped on it once, and it'll kind of auto-attack for you.
But one of the biggest things for Final Fantasy 15 for me was the summons having this really godly appearance. They were dramatic. They affected the environment around them. How were you able to translate that into a cute chibi mobile game?
Just like any Final Fantasy, right? Summons are always the most epic thing. So we're not quite ready to talk about summons yet.
Okay.
Exactly how they look. I wish I had one here to show you.
I totally understand. I'm just really curious for it because that really is what set 15 apart for me, was seeing, I can't even remember his name, but the big lightning guy being summoned up into the hillside and
Rama.
striking down.
Right.
And like all of the trees around you were like shattered and the ground below you was burnt into a crisp. I want to see how they make that cute and adorable.
Right? Hey.
Even these little scorpions are cute.
I know, right?
Oh, so he still has his teleportation and stuff like that.
Yeah, the warp strike ability is still in there. And so the really cool thing about this is the tutorial in here is really, really smooth. So right now you don't even have it, but you'll eventually get it in the next battle that you go into.
What are some things players are going to notice that are different though in this game?
So you'll notice that it's not going to be completely open world, that it's a little bit more of a linear storyline. That's just because it is episodic. So of course, if you make it open world, it gets much more complex. Oh, it just shut off on me. Didn't like that. There's a lot of different things. The dialogue's different.
Okay.
So the voice actors did go back into the studio and re-record
Oh, so
things.
it's the same voice actors.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's full voice acting. It's not like it's just sound effects, things like that. It's full voices throughout the whole game. And there's multi-language support. So for those people who love Final Fantasy games and like to really hear it in Japanese, but have the English subtitles, we have that support as well.
That is great.
Yeah, you happy about that?
I am very happy about
Oh, you play the Japanese voices of
that
the
and
English
speak it.
subtitles. Oh, you do speak it? Wow.
So the cutscenes that you mentioned, are the cutscenes all the same as in the regular Final Fantasy 15, but made in GB? Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody remembers that original
Right.
cutscene, this is almost like a one-to-one recreation of Noctis going up against Ifrit and getting knocked back, rolling around.
I don't want to say it's so cute that he's on fire, but I mean, it's very cute.
But I wish we had the audio playing through the headset so you could hear it.
Oh,
But
it's just
yeah.
very quiet on our side,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the audience can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Where can people get this? Is it going to be available on Android and iOS?
So Android, iOS, and Windows 10 devices. So again, episode 1 is free, and it's coming out this autumn,
Man.
2017.
It's just crazy to take an entire RPG and put it on a mobile phone. The fact that we can do that now is insane.
Right? And I think big kudos to the Final Fantasy 15 development team. They really wanted to get the game in as many hands as possible, really make it accessible. And this is one of my favorite things. This cutscene's so serious.
His face. So cute.
Like, it's such a serious cutscene of like a king sending away his son. It's just this adorable little art stuff.
Yeah.
What were some of the issues you guys found translating a game into a mobile?
I can't speak exactly about the development, about the successes and challenges.